Well, hello there, fearless midlife trailblazers. Welcome to Create the Best Me. I am Carmen Hecox, your host and personal development coach. And today's guest is Simone Bueno. Simone is originally from Brazil. She has lived in Argentina, New York City, and is now settled in sunny Florida. She is a proud mother of two amazing creative children who continue to inspire her to stay creative. Simone has over 15 years of experience as an independent filmmaker, working on various projects in pre- and post-production, cinematography, and color grading. In 2020, Simone shifted her focus in filmmaking and cinematography to help women business owners create a more intimate connection with their audience by sharing a deeper connection of their business and the woman behind the brand through video recording and social media. Simone is sharing her 20 plus years of web design, filmmaking, cinematography with women just like you and me. So without further ado, let's dig into the conversation now. Simone Bueno, welcome to Create the Best Me. I am so glad to have you on the show.
Oh, so happy to be here, Carmen. Thanks for inviting me.
Hey, before we get into our discussion, can you tell the audience a little bit about who you are and what you do?
So I'm almost 50, so I'm not that young that just did one thing. So I have a long story of things, but I'm going to focus on what we're going to be talking today about stories. So just a little bit of my background. I have over 25 years of web development experience. But around 15 years ago, I got introduced to filmmaking, independent filmmaking. That's when I really grew a passion for me on video. I first started working more on the background, pre-production and post-production of independent film. And in 2013, my ex-husband, my kid's dad, he invited me. Well, we were pre-producing a film, a feature comedy, and then we have everything set up, all the schedules, everything. And the cinematographer fell out of the project. And then we spoke about, because I already had passion for photography, I had a course in photography, and I was doing these home videos. So I said, well, maybe we were in New York at the time, but there was a lot of access for courses and workshop. And then we found there was Chris Bueno, there was the cinematographer for Saturday Night Live. He would do the short films for the comedy show, and he was doing a workshop. So, okay, we just jump in the conclusion that I'll be fit to do the course, the workshop, and then I'll be the cinematographer for the film. So I did that, and going there on the camera and seeing even there were actors, I understood at the time, how can you be just being yourself and suddenly you get into this character or something and you bring life? And how when you see, like I was the first seeing them on camera and seeing how much they could share the passion of their story on the camera. Going forward, really fast forward, like 3 years ago, during the pandemic, when we moved to Florida, I started wanting to work with local business, mom-owned business, to help them share their stories, how they will be, involved, how they can be working moms and running a business. Then the pandemic came, and I was like, wow, how I can, still do that. So I started going on Instagram. I had this account called Mom is Not for Sale. And I'll be talking how, encouraging mom to share stories, to share experiences. But then I realized I wasn't doing that. I wasn't going on camera and sharing little things. So then I realized, okay, I have to do that. So then I stepped into the role that I was asking everybody to do. And I started going on video and sharing in a way, or even just putting my voice there. I started with encourage like positive messages and little things and saying how we can share our experience. And then by doing that, I understood how I can teach someone else get into the step that I was at the moment already being confident in front of the camera, because when I was behind the camera, I would see different these stories. But when I was in front, I have to be this one sharing this energy, sharing this message. And we cannot just be bland and talking about the things that we love without bringing some extra energy and some confidence on camera. So that's when I started doing one-on-one training on video, on presenting ourselves on camera, and also teaching people how with simple steps you can edit your video, and make it better when people watch it. It's just not that long message tired, all linear. So little things. So my training goes from being able to have this confidence to show on camera to be able to edit the video yourself and make it interesting so people want to watch it.
That's very impressive because you took it from the professional perspective where you're behind the scenes, you're looking through the camera, you know what a cinematographer is looking for. So you know that perspective. But when you decided, if I'm going to encourage women to do this, I got to lead by example. And so I find that very humbling.
Yeah. And also because what I saw, why I wasn't showing up on camera. I started thinking why I wasn't doing that. Because I was judging myself in a way that other people wouldn't. I was just like, oh, I have too much accent. And I'm from Brazil. So then I was like, oh, people, when they say from Brazil, they expect to be this more Latina look. And I'm blonde, I'm light skinned. So they're like, oh, I'm Latina, but not too Latina. I have accent, not too much accent. So all these things like, oh, how am I going to present? Just like, so growing into that and just accepting. Also, I did something, Carmen, that really I encourage people to do regardless. It's adding caption to your videos because we all have accents. You have your way of speaking. You are American, but you have your own accent. And then you go text some people sound different and you go Ohio, Michigan, like we all have different accents. But once also I start putting caption on my videos, I notice I say the words. So people can understand me because AI that was generating the caption were getting my words right, like 99%. I just have to tweak a little bit. Some other words that, wasn't correct, but also made me slow down when I talk and made me kind of learn to pronounce better the words. So also I can be more understood by other people because I tend to talk faster too. So then you kind of slow down, you bring this presence in a way and sharing the messages still, so it's lots of little things that you learn. And now I can teach people how to get better at this little package.
Well, as far as accents, let me just add this in here. Sofia Vergara and Selma Hayek, they have accents and they are beautiful, sexy women. I think that a lot of people listen to that accent. It brings life to the character because it adds spice.
The personality.
So don't down your accent, girl. I think it's beautiful. And as far as your age, you are a beautiful almost 50.
Thank you.
So being a mom myself and being someone who, I'm going to be real honest, getting in front of the camera is very challenging because I'm not the kind of girl that takes selfies. I've never been the kind of girl that takes selfies. And I've also been the kind of woman that I put on my makeup in the morning and I never touch it up because it's just not me. So there's a lot of vulnerability in getting in front of a camera. So tell me, because coming from someone who's a little shy and getting in front of a camera, how do you make women feel confident in front of the camera?
Yes. So it's a lot of mindset work and self-talk. Because it's not just about in front of the camera, because when we think about in front of the camera, oh my gosh, the whole world is seeing me. And you still don't know because maybe you have a big account if you're showing up for your business. That are usually I work with people with business. When I do the training, I really work. I have 3 main steps that I go through my training. The first one, it's self-confidence. And it's not only self-confidence on camera. It's about feeling good about yourself, feeling good about your own features. So one more thing that I was being judgmental about my features is like, I have a big nose. And it was like, I always show more on camera. My crooked teeth. So I always think that we are seeing, and I just got to think about, look at myself. I see what I like the most. So when I tell this women, I did that workshop and it was like with them, like, that's a training that you need to start doing. Like, just look at yourself at the mirror. And there's something that always you like better than something else. Like you might like better your lips or your eyes or your nose. So whatever is the feature that you have, the face that shows the most, focus on that. Maybe you add a little extra makeup on your eyes. Also, don't follow trends. Like I don't see myself wearing these big lashes. And even the filters from these apps, I tried. Just like I would use some of them on the stories, Instagram stories, that they have the same kind of filters. And I'm like, this doesn't look like me. So when you have this practice before coming to camera and you start liking yourself, you start liking that's the way you are and that's the way you need to show up, because nobody else has exactly the same crooked tooth that I have, or the nose or my eyes. So I don't see myself wearing these big red, like bright red lipsticks, because I don't see myself well on those. But I like to wear makeup, mascara on my eyelashes. So I always go with something that I feel good outside of the camera. Because it's something that you're not doing outside the camera. Why are you going to do this all extra? And then you're not going to feel yourself, because when you feel yourself, you're going to bring your message more authentic to the camera. You're going to be, because that's how you talk. That's how you're not going to be, is my eyelashing falling? It's my red lipstick, coming out of my lips. You're going to be start worrying about things that usually you don't worry about. So always go to the mirror and do this exercise. See things that you like. And then you go to the next step. What else can you make you look better on camera or in a picture or going out? What do? You wear some earrings. You wear a color that you feel comfortable with. So it's the same practice that you do for camera. Find your colors. Find the nuances that looks better with your skin. And you have this outside of your home, online, on internet, many resources where you can find people helping you to find what works better for you. For many years, I didn't like yellow. Growing up, like I was a young teenager, I would tell my mom, or even younger, like, I don't like my hair. My hair is yellow. Like I would change the color of my hair because things that we think doesn't look good. And then sort of like, I love the color of my hair. I just find that yellow looks good on me. And I made it my brand. Also because Brazil is green and yellow. So I try to pop green in there, but like yellow, about bring this positive energy and things that I teach about on camera. So I found yellow works for me. So find your color, find things that resonates with your message too. So if you already have a personal brand, but you feel off about it, maybe it's the color. Maybe you need to rebrand your personal brand or your business because the color is not transmitting the same message. I have an example on branding. That is the chocolate Milka. We all knew all chocolates will look brown or white for the chocolate. And Milka suddenly brought the purple. And it works because it works for the brand. So the brand pops up. So sometimes you just need to break the normal and bring into this energy or message that you want to share. So, and then the next step that we go with the training and how you present yourself, your figure, your framing, because you cannot be just lounging down or not putting your nice posture, your shoulders up. So your head, everything transmits energy. So the way you put in your head, so if it's down and you look like this, I'm talking, some people might just be listening, but like if I'm going to put my head down and just looking up, I'm going to share different energy if I keep my head straight and look straight at the camera. And the same thing when you talk to the camera, don't look down at yourself. Don't look how you are looking. Don't look at your clothes because that's how you're going to direct people's eyes because your eye is going to be there and that's how they're going to see. I know it takes a little while for us to get used to, but even on the computer, there's a green light or red sometimes that shows where the camera is. So look at the light. On your cell phone, if you're using the selfie mode, also had the little light show you where the camera is. So look at the light. Look for the light. Or if you're using this back of the camera, look where the little lens of the camera is. So then you're going to feel like you're looking at someone. I know. It takes practices. I still feel weird sometimes just doing this the way I'm doing right now. So instead of I'm looking at Carmen, if I look like this and we're going to have this video on YouTube, my head is going to be sideways and my eyes going to be sideways. So you're not really going to be connected with me the same way if I'm just looking here at the camera and talking to you right now. So you're going to feel that what I'm telling you about sharing your story, our experiences, you're going to feel more connected to my message.
So basically what you're doing is you are explaining to women that they know their message. They know their message in and out. And they're confident in their message, but they're not confident in the way they appear on camera. And so they need to fix their mind, get it out of whatever it is, my nose, my lips, my clothes, my hair, and focus more on talking one-on-one, looking right at you, like I'm looking right at you right now, and relaying the message, feeling confident in the message. And if I don't feel comfortable about something within myself, maybe something that I do like about myself, because I get a lot of compliments, is my hair. And so I focus on, I got some rockin' hair because everybody likes my hair. And so admire the one thing about myself and feel confident in that. And that confidence will come out within the message.
That's correct. But like in putting together also the little tweaking on the posture, on the clothing, because if you're just going to be on your like ragged shirt and then you still can share your message, but it's not going to be aligned with your business. It's not going to be aligned with your brand. So you want everything to kind of even out. You don't want to bring like you ragged that you're just going to be talking with your kid at bedtime. Just want to present yourself nice on camera. But also, Carmen, I encourage yes, when you're talking about your product, about your business, about whatever your service, but I also encourage to bring this ragged shirt and sometimes just putting in between your message a little thing about your personal life so people can relate to. People can find, oh, she's real. She's not always well-dressed, makeup and hair. If it's the only way you feel good about showing up on camera, that's fine. But sometimes maybe share a more relaxed message, being into this makeup and clothes that you feel more comfortable showing up on camera. But sometimes you just use something that you like to share, a personal experience that you just had or something that relates to your family or a friend and you want to share at the moment. Sometimes you just need that energy for that moment. And some people say, wow. Or they're going to be just walk on the street and something happened to them like, that message that Carmen shared with me that day about something that happened to her. I'm going to go check her podcast because she told that she shared stories. She talks to moms on podcasts and talks about confidence and how to be good on her skin, after 50s. So I want to know more about that. I want to know more about other moms. So whatever you do with maybe not related to a business message might guide somebody else to connect with you and then find you through that.
I want to go back to something. I remember you and we had a planning session before we actually scheduled this recording. You shared with me, and it was about leading by example, that you started to post videos that were about Simone and your interactions with your family and stuff, and that those videos went viral. Talk a little bit more about that.
Well, actually, not when I started. When I teach my workshop, I get my first live video because I said, I'm going to go live because I'm a filmmaker. I want to get perfect lighting. I want to get perfect everything. And then I would take forever. Won't do it. So what I teach is sometimes the little thing, the basic, you can get this message out. So what I started saying, okay, I have a message. I want to encourage women, moms to share the journey, to incorporate in the business, sharing about how they got there. Because I was listening to Louis House interviewing these big personalities, big entrepreneurs. It's like, what about so many stories? Beautiful, great stories. But they're such a higher level than my current stories, like that I wanted to find a story more related to me. So I said, well, maybe if I encourage people on the same level that I am in my life right now, I can find more people related. So I was trying to get to reach these people the way you are doing, and maybe one day you get to be interviewed with Louis House. Who said no? So that's what we're doing, reaching these people. And then we're growing because everybody has such a beautiful stories that I was just like, we're going through the pandemic and I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many moms, they're living through this in such hard way. I want to hear her stories. So anyway, I went on camera and I cringe when I see those videos. And then I was like, this is not working. So I started with a program that we met that Social created. And then there were all this campaign about doing transition, doing pointing videos, about talking our business. And I did those videos like, still not me. It's something not right about this. And then I was trying to find myself. I tried to find my message. It's like, well, my message is about showing up on camera and just be well presented and sharing the message. So I started practicing doing that. And then that worked. And then I felt good about seeing my videos. I felt good. So we need to practice, find what works for us. And then I started saying how incorporating this and sharing little bits of our personal story that we have just told you now. Maybe you are on the right shirt and you have something to share, a little bit of the journey, and it works. So for me, about doing this, presenting myself on camera and just showing up direct on camera and getting these bite-sized actions that incorporated into my branding, into my account, little things of my journey, my habits. I ended up having last week, so it's very recent, a video that went viral and over 1 million views. And it's something that I never dreamed of. I was like, my message is about bite size, about reaching one person that you can impact with your story, and having the video being seen, my face, and it's my face. I'm not talking on the video, but it's my face. And the message of the video is about how we can create habits with little things. And that message reached these people. And from that video, I was just editing a video about getting some feedback that I like to share on my account about how steps that I take. The same way I teach on video, say, well, I'm growing. It's a very small business and I'm growing. So I want to share. Maybe somebody else is going to be inspired to do this or that. So I'm doing this video sharing, okay, what I think it worked. What happened that it went viral? Because if I haven't taken these small actions, wouldn't I have reached these people on this channel that reached almost 1 million people? So when you go, you'll be aware of what is available for you and what you can do. So 1 million people not going to be my clients or going to be talking or going to be connecting with me, not going to be my friends. But out of the Instagram account, 20 people, they start following me through that video. So 20 people, they saw that I don't only share about my personal habits. They share about video confidence. And then they made them interested about my account. So that's what I said, my personal journey, my personal story about things that I'm doing getting to 50. And that's what the video is about. Made this person connect with my business journey too. So that's how it's important for us to be open to share that too. Not only talking about business, posting about business, having this, that's how we create genuine connection, Carmen, because we share little bites of our life when we get to the online life, because, that's the online life that people are seeing us. We cannot share 100%, and also share what you feel comfortable with. Don't go share, like any weird stuff. There was like, oh my gosh, I have that and that went viral. And you want to hate yourself for that. No, share things that it's okay. It's not my best video. Seriously, I remix with the video that I have done and I show my progress over 3 months. And I just gonna post it. It was a Sunday morning. Was a quick video. I work a little bit on the caption to share the message that I wanted to share. And it happened. 2 days was almost 1 million and now it's a little over 1 million views.
That's crazy. But I think what's real important here is that you pointed out that sometimes you might see the trend that is working for others and it works for them because it aligns with their brand or it's authentic to them. But don't follow the trends. Find something that is more in line with your brand and is going to make you feel natural to where you're feeling that confidence to share the message. The main thing is the message that you are trying to convey to touch other people.
Yes. Yes, that's correct. Because if you follow, when I try to follow the trend, I work with them. I have a video that I shared that I compared the things that I was doing about going live and then doing the trends. And then the video was like a little dance, a little point. Like, I love to dance. I'm from Brazil. I love music. I do dance party in the kitchen with my kids, but something I don't like to share with. So that video, it is cringe, but I left online because there are lessons. And then when I shared it on my workshop, I said, people can applaud me. Oh, it was nice. It was good. But I don't feel good about the video. It's not a video that is aligned with me. I'm talking about my message, about working with moms, that's so much good thing how I like to work with moms, how we understand a lot of things that goes behind the scenes on a mom life, especially when it's a business. And how can people rely on moms because they are hard workers. They go beyond. And the visual of the video wasn't aligned with my message, with the thing that I feel comfortable with. So that's about, you finding the way you feel comfortable on camera. And you can practice a little bit before sharing live. You just go record the video because sometimes even it's harder for people record. They're going to say, oh, this already going to go live. No. Keep in a camera, study, find your best angle, find your best visual, the way you're going to show best on camera. But don't wait too long. Don't wait forever because we're not talking about being perfect. We're talking about sharing a message, sharing about your product, your service that is going to impact, it's going to make a difference in someone's life.
So you're saying progress, just focus on the progress. Don't focus on the perfection. Perfection's going to come one
Yes.
day.
And what is even perfection? What might be perfection for you is not what people are seeing. Like I still see many flaws on the videos that I'm doing, and I still tweak and work over time. But many people are watching the video and say, wow, I love the video. Or I have that's a training, some that we call like a head talks video. That's what I'm saying. When just you talking on video without animation or stuff or other things working around. It's just you sharing your message. And some videos, they are talking on the video and then they switch on a second camera. The film is on the side. And I feel a loss of connection on those videos. But if they feel okay with the video, they feel okay with the message, they are online with that message of the video. But it's something that when I watch the video, that somebody is talking, is telling me a message, I want to keep feeling the connection. So if it's another image or photo that you can add to the video and you're still talking, people are still going to be listening to you, still going to be listening to the tone of your voice. So when we are talking, when we connected first coming, I say, when I share with my clients, when you get this visual, you talk in a video, you have the video, the image, your voice, and what they can find on the writing of your caption. So they have all the ways to connect, all the ways to find how they can connect with your message or with your business or whatever is your focus, your goal, that you want to share on video.
And I think that one thing that I know, like for me, I had wanted to start my podcast, Brew podcast and YouTube show for, I want to say like 6-7 years. But what stopped me is I kept saying, I need to have the right this and the right that and the right. I felt like everything needed to be aligned. And I know when we spoke previously, you had said that a lot of the moms that you work with, you discourage them from using those excuses that I need to have the right camera. I need to have the right light equipment and so forth. Can you explain a little bit more about why you discourage equipment?
Because you don't know still what works for you. Because what we need right now to start sharing, to start talking about business is the cell phone. And in many times you already have it. And in many times the cell phone camera has way better image than the one you're going to buy or pay a fortune. And then you're not going to find the best way they're going to work for you or the best way to set up. So that's how my training is bite size. So how are you going to start? You start using only your phone. And even if you don't have a tripod, use books or something to put your phone on a stand or use your hand on an arm length distance because you don't want to have your camera right here on your face. That's going to be really, it's uncomfortable. When you see those videos that it's just the face of the person, it feels overwhelming. So, but if you're just going to put like a little bit of your chest, and your shoulders show and your head is entirely inside of the frame. And also it's really good when you can have at least one hand free that you talk and you can help share this message. For example, if you're talking about numbers and you show numbers 2, 3, you have the actual visual when people are saying, oh yeah, she said 3. So they're going to, you said like there's 3 stages of my training that you have, the confidence, how you set up on camera, the lighting, and then the editing. So I always try to find a way you can represent and use your hands to bring in or out. That I was like, I got this on camera and I show them in, out, use your hands to bring people in on your video, on your message. And so lighting, so just finishing. So lighting, especially light, that can be costly and can be different for everyone. So using the natural light. I live in an apartment and I have one good window and then it actually is the front for another building. So the lighting is not even good enough. So one day you go to a park, bring your phone, but be sure to be under a tree so you don't have the direct strong light over your head. There's going to be hard shadows of your eyes. So I always try to find, like, there's so many guides for that. And during my training, and I already offered also free guides how people can get that. But you don't need to buy anything to start sharing your message, to start showing up for your personal brand and for business.
So you're saying just show up with what you have right now.
Yes. Practice, and press the record. And then when you're happy, you're not going to be 100% happy. Probably you're going to watch this video. Lady Carmen's like, oh, I look weird on that little scene on the video. But I'm not going to tell Carmen, you need to cut the part out, but just need to be okay sometimes, just to be okay. Because all we are talking here, it's about women. When we pass certain age of our life, we start being extra judgmental, how we look. But then you need to find on yourself, on what you do, how you move, how to be confident, how to feel good on your own skin. Like if something health related, okay, there's something else. But it's you see so many people with disability or stuff that they show on camera and they have confidence that you don't even see the disability. Last week, I participated on a call, on a webinar that we were practicing a minute pitch to pitch the business. And this woman come on camera and she started talking. She has such a confidence. And in the middle of her talk, she said, and it happens that I am blind. I couldn't say she was blind from the beginning of her message because she practiced, she trained herself to present herself on camera. And she has these guides, how she'll show up on camera, and she doesn't even see herself. And she was amazing. Her framing, her presence, her voice. And if a blind person can show so well on camera and be so well presented on camera, we can see ourselves before showing up on camera and say, yes, I'm good at this. I'm happy with this.
Yeah. Can you share any stories of any women that took your course and you seen them from being this person who cringed to be on camera or be recorded and just came out into like this amazing butterfly at the end?
The women that I've been working with, they're very shy, very introvert. So there's one in particular that I love working with her. She was already doing videos, but she had this habit of be looking down or be adding stuff to her video that was always off. Like she wouldn't be going to the camera in a way that she could present herself better. And then I talked to her, like we were connected. And then we end up doing one program that I do. It's one-on-one flash focused when somebody already making videos and they want to improve the video message, the video image. So then we got on the call and I focused on how she can present better herself on camera. And I said how she can frame herself better. So then she will show up on camera better. And then she always comes back to me. She comes back to my trainings like, I love so much. I always can get something extra from you. Her name is Nancy and I can share, her account later with you. And then I have another one girl that we also were training. And since already showing up on the training on the Zoom call, she was so much off camera. And I was like, this is not working like already. And she's overseas. So she meets she lives in the Philippines and most of her clients live in the US. So she meets them online on Zoom calls. And I was telling her, you're not even having this good connection with them on the calls because you're not looking at them. You were sideways. Her camera was on the side. And I was like, you need to work around. So we were just talking. I guided her to start tweaking herself on the camera. She's like, wow, I already feel so much better now talking on camera just from the Zoom call. And it's like, so this is the last event. It's on my account now. I've shared her message, her feedback testimonial about the video teen. So she's very happy and she wants to share also about her training. She does design. So she was also only sharing designs, videos on her account. It was like, well, it always creates a little bit of difference when you start showing your face, when you show people can see who they are working with. Because you have already your clients know on the call, but how do you get the new ones to get this connection? Are you the right person for them? So these are two the stories that I like a lot. The one that she doesn't really like much talking on camera, but she does stories. She goes a little bit on the stories. She can show herself a little bit on the stories, but she doesn't like to do the videos instead of the videos. So when she does the videos, she has a bakery. She usually just record herself baking but then she work a little bit on the editing. She wanted to learn more about the editing. And the one that I talked to you about, the apartment that she didn't have the window, she also wanted to work more on the editing because she's doing video about, she was like a word traveler. She talks about traveling and then she wants to mix her messaging with images with doing the editing part. So I work with them, focus on what is the goal of your videos. Do you need to focus more on the editing, on camera confidence, on finding the way to align your video with your brand, with your business? So we meet, and then we find the goal. That's why the one-on-one customized training is the best. but I also working on a continued training because sometimes I see people, they stop going forward because they don't have the support and then they have to be looking for and they stop. It's too much information out there. So I just open a private Facebook account that the people that work with me on the workshop, on the one-on-one training, they can go there and ask for specific feedback or specific tutorial, what they're looking for. And then with that, I'm having this idea now that I might create a course after all this tutorial that I'm gathering. So we see.
Yeah. So let's say we have a mom right now listening and she has an Etsy shop and that's how she makes her money. But she knows that she needs to go on video because that's the only way that she's going to be able to let people know that her brand exists. How could she start with?
Yeah, she probably already have an account that people might see her products. But how they gonna feel? Because what happens? People remember more about you and about what you sell when they see you. So that's the whole idea. They need to see you. They need to see who's behind that. So what are you selling? Are you selling design? Because now before Etsy was just about art stuff and craft, like, crochet or things that people will sew and then we sell that. But now you can even sell digital products. So talk about your process, or talk about what inspired you to create this store. What is the purpose of the store? Did you create this store to support? What is your why? So when I share about me, about what is my why, I also do filmmaking, like I record videos outside of my home, but I rather focus more on this training, on the coaching training, because that's where I can manage my time better around my kids' schedule, about my kids' school. So and also working with moms. I have situations that the moms need to reschedule because something is happening with her kid. Well, one day I had my daughter kid at home and I was able to work from home doing my training because I was home, because this is the work I do. So let's find your why and then share that. That is the most beautiful way to start, sharing your why you do what you do. Why did you create this business? And then you start sharing what this product or the thing is going to facilitate this person's life instead of just showing the video. If you get this calendar, you make your life so much easier. Here you put the things like you do for a mom. Like I am really bad at schedule or organizing stuff. But let's see. Oh, you have the 2 kids and then you have the calendar and then they have the color. So this is the color green for your son that likes the green. So then you put the schedule here on the green. This is the pink for the daughter that likes the pink. And then you put, so you tell why you create that, why it's going to be making their life easier when you have this colorful calendar that they can buy for, a very affordable price online. But if you just don't tell, it's just there. It's just the product. It doesn't have life. Once you bring this on your video, you bring life to your product. And whichever it is, if a candle, you can share experience that you live when you lit your candle. You can share your own experience and then how you want people to feel like when they have this one inside their home.
But how can people begin to work with you so that they can acquire those skills so that they can show up?
I'm really good at the DMs, the messages on Instagram. Instagram is my main reach platform. I've opened a lot of Facebook, but Facebook is not so good on messages. That's so much weird stuff in the messages on Facebook. But Instagram, I'm always open. You just connect on my account. My handles are I am Simone Moni. That is I am SIMONE MONY. And follow, send me a message, and then we can start chatting. We can start finding how can you find this voice, your voice. How can you incorporate your voice into your brand and your face? Not only your voice and your face. And you can practice. You can start from little things also. I just mentioned voice. Sometimes you can start sharing your product, just talking about it without showing your face. And then you start getting used to your voice because we also sound different on video. We sound different. So then we need to get used to our voice. So reach out, come to my account, start watching my video. And I'm really open already to start helping you even without we working together. And then you're going to see that we are fit to work together.
Well, do you have like any workshops or any courses? I know you said you're thinking about establishing a course, but do you have any workshops that people can?
I'm going to be open probably by the time you're going to share this conversation. I'm going to have a new date for the workshop. Then I'm going to be sharing with you. I haven't set the date yet, but this week I'm working on this, on setting the date and the way to come to the workshop. So I'm pretty sure when you have this conversation out, you're going to be able to share the date. So yes, I'm going to be continue giving workshops where more people can start. And also when you can see that I'm the right person for you. And then they have the continued way to work on 101, because some people, what is the 101 different from the workshop? And then you can maybe go and do on your own. You can continue your one. You have a workbook where it's going to give you all the guides, how you can do on your own. But some people need this more personal. I need to be only with them. They don't feel comfortable sharing or talking with other people to start. So that's when the 101 comes, or when you need more personalized, more focus, and more, because on the 5 weeks, we meet one time a week. But between this week, I send you exercise, you send back to me, and I send you feedback. So it's a continual work during 5 weeks of training.
Oh, so there's homework.
And then you can continue inside of the Facebook.
I said, so there's homework involved.
Of course. How are you going to get to improve what you're doing if you don't get the exercise, if you don't get to take these bite-sized actions? So you need to train, and what is the good about the training is that you don't have to post anything yet. You're going to be sharing the same things that you want to share, but I'm going to be the only one watching. So then when you get the feedback, you say, oh, actually, I can look good on video.
Very good. Any words of encouragement for any of the viewers or listeners that you can provide right now?
I always love to share this, Carmen, that no matter how much you're going to think around doing or doing video, you need to do video, because the way you connect, the way people connect with you, because when we think about not doing video, we're thinking about ourselves, because what else we're not going to do video if it's not thinking about ourselves. And we don't think how much our little message or the product that you do, because when I talk about message, I'm not talking about sharing spiritual, positive messages, all this stuff. It's about how your product, your service can be beneficial for someone's life. And who's better to talk about it than you? So that's what you said before. You have clear the message about your product. So now you just need to think, yes, the best way for people to remember you, because you want to be memorable. You want, when they use the product, remember who sold to them. And, invest and talk about it. So then you can sell more product, more service. So that's the way you're going to do it. You're going to connect more people, have better memory when you're talking on video than only seeing your picture or only reading the words. And more and more people are getting, with so much available right there, so much video available, people are getting lazy to read. And it's more about listening. Even now we're sharing this podcast recorded on video that people can watch, or people are listening and then they go back, oh, I want to see Simone. She's talking about yellow. She's talking about her nose, her tooth. So I want to go and watch the video. So whatever you're saying, you can connect all this information. People, they might be driving a car, listening to this podcast. You might be listening to the podcast on the car, driving. And then you listen to me talking about colors, about this stuff. And then you're going to save this podcast to later go and watch the video. And this is everything about your product, about your service. When you have all these 3 elements, visual, audio, and reading. So you're going to have the visual, audio, and reading. You can reach people in all different ways, and your message is going to be the same, because you're going to be talking about your product, about things that you love, and that's how people going to go and generally connect with you.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. How can people connect with you? What is the best way to connect with you?
That will be the Instagram account. Follow me on Instagram. So I'm everywhere. My hand is easy to find. It's I am Simone Bueno. So YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram are the ones that I the most posting videos and tutorials and messages and show up and smiling and be silly.
Perfect. I will make sure to include your information in the show notes, and people can also, like you previously explained, this is a YouTube channel. This is also a podcast, and there's also a blog post that related to this episode. So people can go on and go to the blog post and get all the information for Simone Bueno. Thank you so much. I appreciate having you on the show.
Thank you, Carmen. That was really wonderful. Thanks so much for having me.
Wow. Wasn't that an amazing episode? Simone provides so much valuable information in today's discussion. One, use the equipment you already have. You don't need a fancy camera or light equipment because you already have it. Yes, it's your iPhone or your Android. Two, stop focusing on your flaws and focus the one thing you like about yourself. For me, it's my hair. Three, while you're recording, look right at the camera lens and talk to the one person who needs to hear your message or wants to know more about you. Four, maintain good posture. Five, focus on progress, not perfection. And last but not least, start recording right now. I really love the encouragement and the support that Simone is providing for women just like you and me to help us feel more confident. And I hope today's episode inspired you to stop waiting for everything to be perfect before you record. Just record. Simone's information and today's transcript can be found at createthebestme.com/EP034. If this episode resonated with you, please subscribe to stay updated. Join me next week as we'll talk about coping strategies. This episode is one I know you will enjoy, so be sure not to miss it. Until then, keep dreaming big, take care of yourself, and remember, you are beautiful, strong, and capable of creating the best version of yourself. Thank you for watching. Catch you next week. Bye for now.